So I don't like treadmills. You're literally picking up your foot, dropping it, and letting something move it. And then just going faster with it. Boom! Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEOMTS Nutrition, Chief Marketing Officer, TigerFitness.com, and IFBB Pro. So let's talk about treadmills. I think they're stupid. I think treadmills are stupid. Now, if you're in a hotel and you want to get some cardio and it's raining outside, or maybe you're staying, like I stayed last night in Minneapolis. I stayed in Minneapolis. I was doing a tour of Hy-Vee stores. Now, Outright Bar is in every single Hy-Vee grocery store. So I'm staying in the city of Minneapolis before I flew out, and literally the parking structure is linked to the hotel, and they tell you, there's like a speaker saying, do not go outside, basically because it's ghetto as all get out. So unless you're in Minneapolis, you can walk outside. Not only will you get shot, but if you don't get shot, you will die of frostbite. But enough about Minneapolis, let's talk about treadmills. So are old treadmills dumb? No, and I'm gonna tell you which treadmills are acceptable, which one I put in my own house, and why you should get that treadmill. Now, what happens when you walk on a motorized treadmill? You lift up your foot, you drop it. You do not have to generate any force because the belt is literally pulling your foot. It's pulling your foot. So you are not actually activating all the hamstring. You're not actually getting that force below you. Now, when you run on the ground is not moving. If the ground is moving, get out of wherever you're at. That's like a movie with The Rock in it. That's like Jumanji. That's like if the fucking ground is moving or it's falling out from under you, need to get the fuck out of that place. But when you're running on hard surface, you're putting force against the ground. Boom, boom, boom. When you're running on a treadmill, it's literally dragging your foot with you. That's just lazy and stupid. Now, again, it's better than nothing. And if you are obese and all you could do is walk on a treadmill and support yourself, walk on the goddamn treadmill. For obese people, treadmills are amazing. You hold onto the sides, you support your weight, and you move, and you burn calories. Or you ride the stationary bike. Again, this video is not for fat people. Well, it's for fat people, but it's for how to optimize your cardio. So I don't like treadmills. You're literally picking up your foot, dropping it, and letting something move it. And then just going faster with it. Now, there are time and place for everything. Like Uberzati, they do good work with the Tough Treads treadmills, the super speed treadmills that force your body to go faster than it's gone with the assistance of a treadmill. So when you're off the treadmill, your body's used to generating that speed. But even then, I think it's an inferior way to train. I think it's actually, let me rephrase that. I think on its own, it's inferior. If you combine a Tough Treads, and I own one. We have one at Tiger Fitness HQ Gym. If you combine that with other forms of treadmills or running, it's actually pretty fucking optimal. But that's well beyond the scope of this video. I just want to get that out of the way so you super speed treadmill people aren't going to yell at me because I'm friends with a lot of you. I'm actually certified in how to train on those and I believe in them. I'm actually going to buy another one soon. But for someone looking just to get their cardio out of the way, and you're at Lifetime Fitness, I train at Lifetime Fitness a lot. They have the motorized treadmills. They have all the other shit, the ellipticals, again, beyond the scope of this video. And then they have the manual treadmills, the non-motorized treadmills. I personally think Trueform is the best. The way it's constructed, that's what I bought. It's more expensive than the other treadmills, but compared to Woodway and other brands, I've used all of them. I find the Trueform to be the best for not only walking and teaching proper gait, but for also correcting running form. And for walking, you're actually having to force to move the belt yourself. If you stop walking on a treadmill, the belt keeps moving. If you stop walking on a Trueform, the belt stops. It has resistance. And of course, there's no chance of motor going out because there's no motor, so it's gonna last longer. So here's the thing. They actually have done research. Woodway, another non-motorized treadmill company, did a study. And I know you're going to say you can't trust the study they do. I'm not going to argue that. But if you've walked on one, you will agree with it. Non-motorized treadmills burn up to 30% more calories than motorized treadmills. And it makes sense because you're actually pulling the belt through rather than have the belt pull you. So the 30% caloric burn, the fact that you're actually activating your hamstrings to pull yourself through, and I got to do a whole video series on the awesome things you could do with a true form treadmill, but you just can't beat it. It's just, if you're at the gym and you have a choice between a non-motorized treadmill and a motorized treadmill, always go for the non-motorized. Here's a fun fact. When I first started using one, I'm in great cardio shape. After 10 to 20 minutes, I was spent. Now I could do an hour, right? But after just walking on it, and my feet were hurting at first because they weren't used to all the muscles working. But it also has the curve in it. And the curve, here's the beauty of the curve. It actually teaches you proper dorsiflexion, which is your toes pointing towards your knees. So here's a story. Now my son Preston, when he was 8 years old, he hit a growth spurt. In that time, he forgot how to run. He was literally falling down on the field. His running form looked like I was not a speed coach. That was embarrassing. So I tried to correct it on the field and I just couldn't do it. Because how do you correct somebody running when they're running from you? The best way to do it is on a treadmill, but not any treadmill. I went down to my home gym, put him on the true form, and I fixed his form. The true form automatically fixes your form. You tell them to drive their arms and you tell them to dorsiflex or point your toe towards your knee. After one 5-minute session on the true form, my son's running form was fixed. He wasn't falling down on the field and he was actually hitting absolute speed, which is after the first 5 steps, which is acceleration, much more efficiently. So, treadmills are stupid because they're the third best form of walking. Number 1 is when you could go outside and get some sunlight, vitamin D, fresh air. Can't argue with getting your butt outside and getting some fresh air and walking. As long as you're not in Minneapolis, you're not getting shot. Number 1. Tied for number 1 or number 2 is a true form. What you can't do while walking outside is if you're an athlete or running outside, you can, but it's much more difficult. It helps to self-correct your running form. It self-corrects it by forcing you into dorsiflexion and also forcing your chest high. And it actually, in my opinion, helps you learn to drive your arms better. That's when a coach cueing you to drive your arms really helps. Treadmills are last. You're just fucking weak. And then even worse than last is when you walk on a treadmill and you hold on. But again, there's a time and place for that too. See, nothing's shitty. Nothing's really stupid. There's usually a time and place for everything. Like, oh my God, the Smith machine's stupid. No, there's a time and place. And for treadmills, if you could get a Tough Treads, one of those super speed ones, and get a coach who knows how to use it, I've seen that thing increase people's speed by 20, 30%. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. So even then, a regular treadmill is phenomenal. But how many of you are trying to increase your 40 time or decrease your 40 time so you get a D1 scholarship? I'm not. I'm fucking old. I'm a has-been. But when I train my athletes, 2 things I want. Here's the cardio equipment I want in my gym. I want an Airdyne bike and or a Versa Climber for energy system development to do Tabata on. I want a Tough Treads treadmill. They're expensive. They're like 10, 20 grand. I want one of those. Then I want a true form treadmill. Give me those 4 pieces of cardio equipment. I'll give you some great athletes. Anyway, guys, let me know your thought. Do you think treadmills are stupid? Do you think I'm stupid? Comment down below. Anyways, guys, be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell, tell all your friends, comment down below, what do you think is the best form of cardio? I'm Marc Lobliner. Buy all your supplements from tigerfitness.com because I got bills to pay, and that's not a game.
Look, bro, Ambrosia's Kinetic is back in stock. This is the only mushroom pre-workout on the market, and literally this is all you need.
Don't need it. I just get mushrooms from the grocery store.
The type of mushrooms that I'm talking about, you can't buy in the grocery store. You need a shaman. Now, but seriously though, reishi, cordyceps, lion's mane, they do so many things. Antioxidants, not to mention the raw power that you're gonna get from the creatine. You're not gonna get this with that.
I don't eat creatine. I just eat steak.
So you'll need a few pounds of steak for the amount of creatine that we put in here.
It's all right, bro. I like steak.
Listen, man, the type of focus that you get from the ginseng, the neurofactor, the coffee bean, you're not getting that without Kinetic.
I get all the energy I need from coffee.
That's not enough caffeine. You're not going to get the same energy.
For energy, I get white powder right here.
You've lost your mind, but I still love you. Let's go train. I don't care what you're saying. We're taking Kinetic. This is all we need. Let's get out of here.